Friday, and Forrest got a drinky woo.
He's got a drinky woo. Let's get a drinky in our bodies this Friday. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Let's do a little simple with
Ooh.
We're jiggling, we're wiggling all the
Oh.
It went in my eye. It went in my eye. Oh God. Fuck.
That has got to be the real material. That is
It really hurts. Oh, the whiskey's gone straight up my eye. That's my way to get tipsy.
Mate.
Oh, bro.
Straight.
That was a direct hit.
Oh, that's straight in the bloodstream. That is.
Oh, I've never taken whiskey in the eye before. That was.
Oh.
Don't look at me like that.
Wow, that is what an entry.
Wow. Did you see it? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it. And then straight in.
Wow. Okay. Well, hello, dear listener. How are you? I hope you've got yourself a little tipple as well. Why don't you join us? Join us with a little tipple on this wonderful weekend bonus episode. One of which we've been doing for now the last few weeks, which has been a resounding. That's the word, isn't it? Resounding success.
Yeah.
Yeah, which has been great. Which has been awesome. We've been reaching to further afield with our ridiculous rants, which seems to be picking up more attention than our genuine, actual formatted content.
100%. Far more people listen to this podcast than the Wednesday one. That's fine. Each to their own.
Yeah, so I mean, not like we have been like grafting for the last 2 years, going through the MCU, but you want to just hear us talk absolute shit for about 25 minutes. Fine.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. You know, I've got my Baileys ready to do that.
Yep.
And I can't wait. Before we continue though, Matt, a couple of people at work kept, and I mean this is like for the past year, have kept mentioning a show called Ted Lasso.
Oh.
Have you watched Ted Lasso?
I haven't, but I'm desperate to. I know I'm going to love it.
It is so good, mate. It is so good. It's such a good comedy. You know, I'm not a huge footy fan, but I'm watching it to give you a sense of how bad this show has got me, right? So I binged the first series. You know me with football, right? I'm much more of a Formula One guy, right? Much more of a Formula One.
I know, you're quite. There have been moments where I've asked Forrest on a Sunday, okay, can we pod during there on a Sunday? And he goes, no, mate, F1. Literally, and that's it in the message. No, mate, F1. I'm like, all right, sorry.
It's quite a religious moment for me, actually.
Is your like? Did you watch it as a kid?
Yeah, so my dad. Big shout out to Roy. Oi. He's he'll be listening. But yeah, big fan of Formula One, and we watched it all as like a family growing up. Murray Walker years, absolutely love it. It's just good. It's just really, you know. I equally completely understand why people hate it and think it's just cars going round in a circle. I completely understand it, but once every 800 races, there'll be what I call a crash. That shit, honestly, and it happens, and you're like, wow, this is mind blowing.
Do you know what? There are only two people. I'm about to name drop. This is going to sound really horrible. I don't want to name drop, and I'm not going to do it. I'm bottling it. No, because it sounds like I'm being an idiot. I'll be like, ooh, no.
What?
My brain just filtered then in real time, and because I was going to say a famous name.
Yeah.
And I went, nah, no bother.
What?
Why?
Lewis Hamilton?
No, okay, fuck's sake. Okay, so the last person I spoke to about F1 was Sam Ryder. Because he's obsessed with F1. I had a chat with him, right? And he was, and I just sort of, it's always near Tesco. It's always got to do with Tesco. But this was like a year ago now. And he was buying some pasta. And I spoke to him in the thing, and I just asked him how he was. And the other thing, I'm name dropping, I don't like it. So Sam was our wedding singer about 6-7 years ago. This is before he became big. But like, I feel like we know each other, but I don't know if we know each other. It's one of those weird things. But then he said he's got to go because he's got to watch the F1. And then he was
amazing.
And he was at Silverstone, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was at Silverstone.
He's obsessed with it.
Yeah, what I can't understand, right? So he was at Silverstone the year that Damian Lewis sang the national anthem. It was fucking awful, right?
What?
Damian Lewis, a British actor, sang the national anthem. The same year, Sam Ryder was at the same event. Now, I don't know who at Silverstone went, well, who could we get this year? We've got, we've got Barry from EastEnders, he always comes. Gordon Ramsay's attending this year. Got Sam Ryder. No. Damian Lewis. Yes, love Damian. Big fan. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Remarkable television. If you haven't seen Damian Lewis, Matt, sing the national anthem at Silverstone, you need to. Yeah, honestly, it is hilarious. If I could play it somehow right now, I would. You would love it.
I need to go and watch that.
I can play it on my phone like you did the highlights on Wednesday. Let me.
Oh really?
Yeah, let me. Oh really? Are you patronising me? I'm playing some music on my phone, mate. Oh really?
Oh really?
Can you? Oh.
What? You can do that on your cellular mobile device?
Damien, when you put in Damian Lewis, national anthem comes straight up. Right, get ready. Okay. To listen to this. Oh God! Oh, adverts. Oh God! Right, here we go.
What?
Get ready.
Is that him playing it? Oh.
God save the king.
Stop it.
Send him victorious. Happy and glorious.
Fucking Elvis, mate.
Gotta do the whole thing.
Over us. God save the king.
Jesus, lad.
Absolutely awful. It's
Why?
It was. I don't know how
Why
that
would you do that?
got approved. I will never know, but yes, that happened. I can't even. Oh, we were talking about Sam Ryder. How did I start talking about that? How on earth did that just come up? Yeah. So Sam Ryder, just a bit of context for our international viewers, listeners. Sam Ryder, Eurovision entry for the United Kingdom, and he's a local lad.
Was year before?
2 years ago now. Yeah,
he's a local lad.
Second. Can you say he's a great guy in real life as well.
Proper nice guy. He sang Everlong at our wedding, and it was beautiful.
What I love, so he sung at your wedding, and yet you are questioning whether you know the guy enough to talk to him. He sung at your wedding, mate.
Well, it's kind of like I know members in the band that he was in better than him, but we asked. I remember when we saw the band, we specifically asked for him as the vocalist, and then we got to know him through there. And so it's one of those you see him every couple of years.
Yeah.
And every now and then he's kind of about, you know.
Mm.
And it was one of those situations. And I haven't in all fairness, I have not seen him since. That was 2 years ago.
Have you not seen him in where you live? I was about to say that there.
Name drop it. No. I mean, why would you?
Yeah,
he's big time, man. He's a big time man.
I might like his little home.
If I was him, I'd be massive house. Big townhouse in London.
Yeah. Ooh.
Townhouse in London. Whereabouts in London, Matt? I don't know. Somewhere nice with the old family. In Peckham. All right, Del boy.
Come on, kids. I've made it in the big time. We're moving away.
Don't worry, guys. We're millionaires.
don't need cars where we're going. We've got the tube. Come on.
Oh, mate, the big time. Don't worry, let's see it.
We've gone from a 2-story house to a 1-box room. Come on, ladies. Let's do it. It's the same price.
Don't worry, everybody. Jump in my Rolls Royce. Let's get to work.
God's sake. This is wild. This is wild.
This is ridiculous. Oh, wow. My eyes are watering. Okay. Well, that's that whiskey in my eye. Straight, that's the title for this episode. Whiskey in the eye, isn't it?
Whiskey in the eye. That is. Ooh.
There you go. That's a freebie for you, Forrest.
To bring it back to some kind of normality. So if you remember last week, I rinsed Matt to death because he went to get some headshots. And because he had to wake up at the grand old time of 6:30 in the morning, we had to record at 11 o'clock that night.
For a freelance creative, that is early.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. But in all fairness, since that podcast, the headshots have emerged.
I have.
And they are wonderful, mate. They're
amazing.
I'm
really happy with them.
There's one where you look like Nick out of New Girl. Jake Johnson, there you are, mate. It's a beautiful shot.
Oh.
But because one of the photos you've gone for the old villain look, right?
Yeah.
So I asked our Instagram followers, what did I specifically say? I said, which comic villain do you think our Matt could play? Have you looked at any of the responses?
I actually haven't, mate. Deliberately.
Well. I'm about to loop you in.
Ooh, okay.
If I say that one of the entries is random gimp, it does get better. It does get better. It does get better. I'm sure you can imagine which
who that
person.
was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shah. Lovely.
Yep.
But we actually have some normal ones. So. Anton Kino Love reckons Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, I'll take that. Do you know what? I'll take that. That would make Rachel happy as well. She's obsessed with Sebastian Stan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have said that before. 2 people. So Caitlin Feeks Caitlin Feeks, and Faith Lanai Art both think that you look like Mysterio, and Faith thinks you look specifically like Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio.
Oh, I'll take it. These are all strapping people, mate.
No, mate. Honestly, they have done you proud here.
I do not deserve that kind of praise. That's for sure. This guy does not take care of his skincare. Rachel can attest to it.
I can bring you back down to earth by saying that Shah also thinks you look like the unholy Gimp Boy. I've got a couple of ones. I had to actually look up a couple of ones. Okay. So we've got T. Williams Bass said that you look like Doctor Doom or the Beyonder. You heard of the Beyonder?
Guys, you're giving me some serious castings here.
I know, mate. Beyonder. I had to look up the Beyonder. Never heard of him. Infamous member of the Beyonder race. Do you know it?
Nope. I'm about to look it up.
So childlike and vastly powerful, he grew up in a universe created by the other Beyonders for their young.
Oh
wow. He is involved in the Secret Wars.
Prime Universe. Oh, look at that. There we go. Right, okay. Let's do this. Let's make ourselves a little short movie of the Beyonder. Forrest could be in it. I'm sure. Forrest could be my little sidekick.
Yeah. And we're gonna
or he could be in mocap. It's all right.
Can I be the troll to your Harry Styles? Well, Mr. Beyonder, sir. Hello, sir. Mr. Beyonder.
Mr. Beyonder, please.
Please, sir. Beyonder, what else? Oh, Cletus Cassidy. Have you heard of Carnage?
Carnage, as in
the
superhero from Venom?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Cletus Cassidy, Eric Thorpe Reviews reckons that you could be Cletus Cassidy. You, honestly, mate, you have had some strong olds. Somebody else said Harry. Oh, your wife said Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn. I'd actually quite like to do that. That would be a really good role.
Could I say in the nicest way possible? You might be a little bit old, mate.
Yeah,
I can't remember Harry Osborn pushing 50. To be fair, mate, but
you're probably right.
yeah.
I'm still just coming to terms with the fact that I'll never be Spider-Man, but it's fine. Crush my dreams. It's fine. That's amazing, though. That's an amazing comment. Thank you.
Yeah,
Right,
so
that's awesome.
yeah, I thought. But in all honesty, headshots amazing. Mate.
That's the
lovely.
thing. It's all courtesy of. I'm gonna give a massive shout out here. So Yellow Belly Photo are, I want to say, the gold standard for headshots in the industry in the UK. But then they've just actually opened up a new studio in Brooklyn. So they're now in New York. They're in the USA. Genuinely, I got to say, an amazing experience. You know, in terms of as headshots go, sometimes for any actors and performers and creatives, they can actually be quite nerve-wracking experiences, and you don't really know what to do with your face. But they make you feel proper relaxed. You listen to music, you have a chat, you got outfit changes. It was just a great vibe, and proper happy with it. They were brilliant.
And Yellow Belly, when we tag you in this, and you inevitably ask us what can you do for us, I'm also looking for some headshots. Name's Forrest Morgan. You think I'm joking, mate?
I know you're not.
Okay. But yeah, fantastic, lovely, really nice.
That's fantastic, lovely. Really
We'll see if the endorsement stays next week when they don't give me that voucher code. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys.
Shall we go through some more comments? I say. Let's do that. Because we've been putting out some content the last few weeks. We've been actually. I'll be fair. I'll be quite honest with you, dear listener. We've been trying out a new platform called Opus Clip, which really amalgamate all of our kind of videos into captured reels, which we've been using for the last few weeks. And to varied success, I'll be quite honest. But also, it's just been really interesting to see what kind of engagement we're getting. We're getting lots of engagement on YouTube as well, which is amazing. So thank you so much, everybody that's kind of subscribing to us as well, catching on that we're actually, we've got a YouTube channel as well. And please be aware as well, the moment I become more free, which will be at the end of this year, will be a time where I intend, and for this podcast as well, you know, myself and Forrest will be bringing out more specific YouTube videos as well, and I'm really excited to develop that going forward. But get there first. Why don't you subscribe to us on YouTube? It'll be super useful, dear listener. But last week, we put out a reel around Ant-Man Quantumania. Varied success, but our thoughts were very heard on last week's episode. But we put out a story about Cassidy's story and our arc with Cassie's story arc in Ant-Man Quantumania. And I was saying it wasn't really fully realised. It just felt like they should have split up Scott Lang with Cassie a little bit more. And this is a comment from T_Williams_base. Says they had so much potential, but they spent way too much time talking about how evil Kang was without actually showing it. That's what got to me. And to be fair, I think that's a very, very good comment and a very fair point. It just felt like they really didn't have much to give in terms of Cassie at all, which is a shame. Let's go for some more comments, shall we? Comments. Well, speaking of Kang, okay. We were thinking about kind of like giving speculation of what's going to happen with Kang and Avengers 5, and I know we've got our monthly news round-up episode next week when we're going to talk about more about the new name change with Avengers. But also, there's name changes with Agatha yet again, which I want to say for about the fourth time, which is mental. But we sort of asked, what do we think about the speculation around Avengers 5 name with the Kang being out, with the Kang, but what are their thoughts? So we've got a comment from 80s.g on Instagram. It says, based on the evidence, I think it's on Marvel. They could have still went forward with Majors. Actors have done worse. Interesting comment. They've very much fired him. He's very much out of the picture. Yes, actors have done worse historically, I want to say, in Hollywood with certain things and remained in certain roles that they've been in. However, I think it was the right call. And when you're doing things of wrongdoing in your personal life, it does need to be held accountable, doesn't it, professionally, specifically if it's in the public eye. So it's about making making those right calls. I think it was the right call getting rid of him. But I think the recast should happen. But we'll talk about that next week, won't we, Forrest?
Well, we will. But you also had some praise, Matt, from John Pipe Bomb on TikTok, who said he really liked your idea of getting everybody split up. I'm glad his username when I clicked on his account was John Pipe Bomb, because otherwise I'd have had to tell you that we had a comment from user 1418942197943 who said he really liked your idea. So, what a relief.
What a relief that is. What a relief. Yeah, I mean, I've got one comment because it's quite a long one, and I thought it was really eloquently put together. So I'm gonna say this is the last one, but again, dear listener, please do keep giving us comments because we will kind of keep shouting these out, I think, in these episodes in particular. But we were talking about reigniting the interest with MCU fans, seeing what MCU fans have dropped out since Phase 3 and haven't come back. And also I pitched kind of the idea of what would it be like actually if we brought somebody in from, into an episode that hasn't seen anything in Phase 4 and Phase 5. But this is a comment from the Podcorn, lovely name, the Podcorn Colonels _ the Harry Cut, brilliant name, said this: I held off Marvel all the way up until COVID lockdown, so Endgame had already been out. I then said to mineself, Harry, good sir, just do it. You've got nothing better to do with the isolation. So I did, and this is Harry did, 22 films in 9 days. For me, almost all of them were 6 to 10 because the formula never changes. For all of them, he says, all of the movies were 6 out of 10 because the formula never changes. Origin story, sequel, join forces, etc. I was glad I watched them all so I could justify praise or criticism without guessing. But when I found out how much lunch they intended to keep, or lunch? I don't know if that's the... lunch they intended to keep feeding the world after Endgame, I realised it was just a cash cow and nothing of substance. Love your page and love your videos. I love to see the passion. Keep the great work up, guys. Yeah, I think in terms of like the cash cow, I think it's you've got to say that's a fair comment. It is formula based. You look at all the movies that have come out as Phase 4 in particular, they just go into this really obvious format, then becomes really publicly quite, any general audience would be aware of. Which means, again, we spoke about Guardians 3 in the previous episode. That's what, yes, they tell a traditional story, but the stories that we get are payoffs that are in an unexpecting way. Yeah, good comment though. Good comment.
Very good comment. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Get your Instagram comments in, but please do email us at don'tbeaheropodcast@gmail.com. Make our dreams come true. And we will see you with more Baileys and more whiskey.
Oh yeah. I think next week in this bonus episode, we're going to talk about the DC. Let's talk about James Gunn. Let's talk about DC. And let's talk about that more specifically. Give it a dedicated bonus episode. How about that, my friend?
I can't wait. I'm
Beautiful.
so excited. Yeah. And then the following week, I don't know what we're going to do because I'm in Amsterdam. So,
And I think I'm on holiday, mate. If that's Easter.
ooh, we might have to have a week break, listeners. What do we think of that? Crikey, Ooh. Anyway, we will see you for Monthly News Roundup next Wednesday. Book it in, subscribe, and we'll see you there.
Ta-ra.
I can tell we're at the end of the podcast because Rach is making it clear by
Indeed.
playing around in the kitchen. Goodbye.